Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. This is our introductory series of how a fighter gets the win. So let's start with Danny Jacobs versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. And how can Danny Jacobs get the win against Saul Canelo Alvarez? Danny Jacobs is going to have to be on his A game. He's going to have to fight a very, very close to perfect fight. Doesn't have to be quite perfect, but has to be very, very close to being perfect because Danny Jacobs is an elite level fighter. He's one of the best fighters in the world. One of the top 3 middleweights, hands down. He pushed Triple G. A lot of people felt he won. Fighting Canelo Alvarez, he has decided advantages over Canelo Alvarez, such as the height advantage, such as the reach advantage. He can box on the outside. He can use his legs. He's quick, and he's fundamentally sound. Danny Jacobs has a lot of attributes that is going to make it very difficult and hard for Canelo Alvarez to beat him. It's a 50-50 fight. In my opinion, with Canelo Jacobs, I'm going to lean towards Saul Canelo Alvarez to beat Danny Jacobs, but that no means that Danny Jacobs couldn't beat Canelo. It is going to be a very difficult fight, in my opinion. But one common theme that I've been noticing is that Danny Jacobs is very confident about fighting Canelo Alvarez and about using his height and reach advantage. And I think that'll be the key if he's to beat Canelo Alvarez. And the key is that he's going to have to box Canelo from the outside. He's going to have to go to the body. He's going to have to go to the body quite a bit, because that was one thing that Triple G failed to do in their fights. And, because going to the body against Canelo Alvarez is a very difficult thing to do. At the end of the day, Danny Jacobs is going to have to find a way to work the body, work the head, and stay on the outside, utilize his jab. And I think his jab is going to be his best friend. He can control the fight with his jab, his height, his reach, and use lateral movement while consistently going to the body. I think he should be able to win rounds against Canelo Alvarez doing that, even though it will not be easy, because Canelo Alvarez is an elite level counterpuncher. Canelo Alvarez is elite at making in-ring adjustments. Canelo Alvarez has one of the most underrated boxing IQs in the sport of boxing today. So it will be a tall task, but I think that Danny Jacobs must do those things. I think Danny Jacobs must switch stances from orthodox to southpaw to orthodox at different times during the fight to throw Canelo Alvarez off. He has the ability to do that, and I think throwing that in the mix of things and using all the tools in your tool bag. See, once you see Canelo Alvarez adjust, you switch stances, you give him a different look, you give him a different a look. And hopefully it will not be enough time for Canelo Alvarez to catch up and to make the adjustment to win the round. And that way Danny Jacobs can start off winning rounds, and his work rate has to be extremely high. If you're going to beat Canelo Alvarez, you can't pot shot. You have to go in there. And another thing that Danny Jacobs has to do is he has to stay away from the firefights. He cannot slug it out with Canelo Alvarez, because, at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez has shown that he has elite level power and pop. He pushed Gennady Golovkin back, made Gennady Golovkin not want to attack fully and not want to commit himself like he would against everyone else. See, against other opponents Gennady Golovkin has on his resume, he committed full force and ran through their shots. He didn't do that against Canelo Alvarez. And my belief is he was in fear of being stopped or badly hurt, because he felt those shots. Those shots were thundering. I seen the body shots were vicious, and he stopped Rocky Fielding at 168 pounds. So I'm definitely sure that, Danny Jacobs wants no part of that. He has to stay away from the firefights. He has to box from the outside. He has to utilize his jab, and he has to work the body. Those are the keys to victory for the Miracle Man, Danny Jacobs. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.